go into the details about, the accused, the jurors, how it went, and it will be interesting. I promise you, interesting. Well, for that one, we will have some interesting things to eat. We have the McFeastable, Mr. Beast Feastable, and then we have another one of Mr. Beast. We have the Diesel Nut. I hope I said it right. And then we have also Go Natural Nut Delight. This is interesting. Vanilla cream, vanilla cream. And this is my favorite. This is what I have when normally I'm quite busy at work, and sometimes I don't have much time between my clients, so I go and buy one of these ones. So I just put this away. I was thinking that we could start with a cup of tea. And yeah, for those that haven't seen my favorite cup, Peppa Pig. Oh, not Peppa. Daddy Pig. Okay. And I was thinking to have also some brewer tea today. This is actually tea that Kathy and I we got from Taiwan a few years ago when we went visiting there. It was good. Yeah. Jury duty. I don't know if you that watching in this video ever been about the jury duty, but it can be quite interesting, I can tell you. Oh, I fill it up really. Here we go. Here we go. Jury duty. It's here in Perth, jury duties are selected by computer, and is also then done different. They tend to favor different occupations, like healthcare is quite a big one that they can for jury duty. If you are selected for jury duty and you can't go, you can send in a form, or on the jury duty selection day for the court cases, you can then just explain to the judge that if you have a special kind of job or work or profession, that if you do the jury duty, it will be not like a hinder for other people. You get exempt, but otherwise you can. You can be selected for jury duty. So I'll I was thinking, I was thinking to have the Feastables, Mr. Beast here to the end, and just start with these ones. This is a vanilla cream dairy whip protein bar. So you get some of your proteins from this. Yeah, it's a computer that selects you, and you then this looks like this. Nice. It's a computer that randomly selects you, and then if you accept the jury duty, you go down to the courthouse, and there inside the courthouse they also have like a selection. This is actually really nice. And basically you can, as I remember, you can choose from short jury duty or a long jury duty, but I think normally you can have a jury duty that is between 3 days and 5 days. My ex-brother-in-law, he was on a 5-day jury duty, and it was a difficult one. It was a case where the father was accused to be a pedophile against his own daughter, and they what made it so difficult, my ex-brother-in-law said that they have to go into a lot of details, you know, and so when I went to jury duty, I didn't want to have a case like this. I chose a 3-day trial. Here I have 2 pages of notes, so I don't forget anything from the trials. You also get paid a day rate for your jury duty. As I remember, it's your monthly salary divided into the average working day, like how much you earn for one day. They will compensate you. we got selected. It was really mix. I think it was half women, half men. Just ordinary people. And the first thing when you go to the jury duty room is that they take away your mobile phone. Because if you are in the courtroom and your mobile phone rings, you get a very long, stern look from the judge, and you don't want that to happen, and it also disturbs the jury duty. So the jury duty, the courtroom looks like this. This is the judge. This is the jurors. Here is the accused. And this place here is open for the public, so anybody are allowed to come to follow a court case if it's not a case that is how would I say, if it's not a case that is like organized crime or like Hells Angels or things like that. Here in Perth they have now a new courthouse, the district court, that is opposite the Supreme Court, and the district court have many levels of court, that they have many cases every day, but then there's a top section that is for only special court cases. So as a juror, you walk in a special entrance. You walk in and you have to show a paper that you are on the jurors, and then they can check your identity too, that yes, you are allowed. So then you go up with the elevator to your level, and the top level here in the district courthouse, that is for the most sensitive cases. Example, in a cases where there is a suspicion that the accused can intimidate the witnesses, that the accused can influence those that are testifying against them. See, the jurors, it is the same setup, but the jurors here is sitting in a glass box. They are sitting in a glass box in a way that they can look out, but you can't look in. And I think that's very good. But yes, I was going to talk about my case. The first case I was going to tell you about is a drug case, and it's when you start the trial, you have the prosecutor explaining what the situation is and what has happened. Then you have often expert witnesses coming, or normal witnesses to testify, cross-examination, little bit like you can see on TV. But the man that was accused, he was a young man, and he was accused of being a drug courier. And what had happened? Oh, by the way, this is Go Natural, not Delight. Looking good. So what had happened? I think it was like maybe 2 o'clock at night, and very late at night, there was a car that was driving in a suburb on a back street, really back street, and the car had the high beams on, and that car happened to pass an unmarked car, and that unmarked car was actually a police car, because there was these 2 cars went like this with high beams like this. The police, they think, oh, let's just turn around and go and ask this person a couple of questions, like, why are you having the high beams on when you're coming straight against us? And they put this, blinkers on, and they stop the car. And when the police went up to the car, the man inside the car panicked. No, I don't have anything kind of thing. It's mine. It's not mine. He lost it. And the police became suspicious. What's happening? They saw $150 on top of the console, the car console. And then they was just very suspicious about why he's having loose money on the console. Normally when you drive, you have the money in your wallet. And they asked the man to step out, and he stepped out from the car. The car was really old, and it's but they could still open the back door and have a look inside. And when they was having the torch, they found a pouch under the driver's seat, and they asked, what is in this pouch? I don't know, it's not mine. To make a long story short, they arrested him. They took the car. They found a roll of 4,000 Australian dollars in a bundle of $50 notes. It's kind of like a quite big bundle. And then there was drugs in the pouch. And the case was then that the state had to approve that he was actually on a drug run. 2 o'clock in the night, going from place to place selling drugs. Nice. So, and the accused, the man in the car, had volunteered to testify why he was not a drug courier and why the drugs in the car was not his. And when he's taking a stand, and you start to tell that he was driving his friend's car at night, 2 o'clock, and the drugs under the seat is his friend's drugs, not his. And then the $150 on the car console plus the bundle of $4,000 is his life savings. And now, I don't know about you, but I don't know anybody that is driving the car with that amount of money on them, and he then tell that the $4,000 was to buy a new engine for the car. This is good. This is good. So, and he tell his story in a way that it was really convincing, and for a brief moment I actually believed him. Yeah, it is possible. It is possible, and we as jurors, then when we on the break, when we deliberate, was talking about the case, about how can he ask like $4,000 like this. One of the jurors' father had a habit to walk around with $4,000 in his wallet, and she was just like, well, you know, that's what my dad did, but in the end, you know, she then said, no, maybe not. The prosecution then came up, the state, and the prosecution was really grilling him, really giving him a hard time, but he was fighting back really well. He was just sticking to his story. It was his life saving, something like that. But something happened right then. When he was talking about his life saving, there is 3 people that walks into the courtroom. 2 men, 1 woman. And the 2 men let's say that they didn't really look like they would be English teachers. This guy was big, that was looking mean, and that was rough, and they looked angry. And they also had a woman with them, and they sat there. Was having a look like this, stern-faced. And when they walked into the courtroom, I could see that the accused kind of felt uneasy. That maybe there was a connection between the people that just came into the court and he being cross-examined by the prosecutor. And he was just talking and defending himself, and then something happens. One of the women just walks from the stand over to the defense counsel and asking him a couple of questions of something. I don't actually know if you are allowed to do that, but he was just replying to her quickly, and yeah. Then that was the first day, I think, yeah. I'm going to take my favorite one, oat slice. This is actually really nice. It's a slice of oat. Looks like this. Yeah. As juror, you sort of have many breaks on you. You sort of have, use the bathroom or things like that, and then you what's happening is that you deliberate a long time with the other jurors. This is so good, yeah. And the second day was really interesting, because then then there was coming up with expert DNA forensic, and the people that I told you about, this heavy looking people in the audience, they was there again, and the expert forensic scientist had been in DNA research for many years, and I must tell you, it was just so fascinating to hear about the DNA and how he sort of explained like generally about the DNA, like how each person on this planet have a unique DNA, that that the chance that two people have exactly the same DNA is almost impossible. The DNA expert was really focusing on the drug pouch that was underneath the driver's seat in the accused's car. So he had a big file, and he was very thorough, and he said that after having looked and taken samples of the pouch, they could find 3 people's DNA on the pouch. And when he said that, what was quite interesting was the accused just looked very surprised. He knew something. I knew he knew something. The DNA expert is there on the witness stand, and then the defense is asking me questions. And the defense is trying to discredit the forensic DNA expert. But the expert just to explain that there's 3 different individual DNA on this pouch, and also inside the pouch there was cocaine. I don't know, maybe 20 grams or something. And then they had the scales. And the accused DNA was on the scale. I mean, that's about it. The case was closed, really. And instead of being a 3-day trial, it was just cut back to 2 days because the 12 jurors then had to make a decision. And I remember where there was a ballot that from the 12 jurors they sort of took away one juror just by a ballot, random ballot. So I was still left, and then it is just to add an extra layer of fairness into the process, and we was deliberating to see if the man was guilty or not, and we found him guilty. Then we notify that we have, as jurors, we have made our decision, and everybody then come into the court, stand up, and the juror speak, or spokesperson for the juror speaks for the jurors. He's representing us all, us all, and then the judge turns toward us and asks, "Do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?" And we said, and the spokesperson said, "We found the defendant guilty." And when that happened, I could see the head of the accused. He fell to pieces. He fell to pieces there in the court. As another human, of course, I was feeling for him, but the evidence against him was overwhelming. It was really overwhelming. There was no doubt that he was in us jurors. He was finding me guilty. The case is closed. Everybody goes away. A couple of days later, I can call into a phone line to just hear the verdict. He got 3.5 years in a real prison. I mean, this is a real one, where where you don't really want to be, but I think justice was served. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years later, I got another invitation to become a juror. The same process. This was burglary and arson. We are a jurors of 12. We're sitting in a court, and I think the prosecutor is explaining that this is a legal case where the accused is charged with burglaries and arson, and the accused is he's a big man. He's a big. I mean, like he's about 2 meters tall, and that's way over 6 foot. He's really broad, and let's say a person that you would not like to invite into your living room, really, and there is this witnesses that is coming up, and it's wife of a senior police live in a good neighborhood that is taking the witness stand. And at the same time, let's try out this one. Okay, Mr. Beast, let's try your milk crunch. Yes, she's taking the witness stand, and in her own words, she was telling that they was living in a really nice neighborhood. I have 2 stories with a big garage, nice cars, good living, you know. Because the senior police, the husband is getting so good money that they can have a lifestyle like this, and she's in the living room, and then when I think she was saying like she was knitting, and it's about almost 12 o'clock, a little bit late for her, but husband had got earlier to bed to sleep because he was tired from work, and she's hearing some noises in the kitchen. Yeah. She's hearing some noises in the kitchen. I said, hey kids, what are you doing? Because she was thinking the kids was there in the kitchen, and the kitchen has a door to the garage. She's continuing to knit, and she looks out. You know, it's very late at night and it's dark, and she can see light from the garage. So from her own garage, like she looked out from the house and see light coming from here. So she opened the door and she just go out in front of the house and she can see the garage door is open. And one of the four-wheel drive car door was open and somebody was digging inside the car. She's telling the jurors that she was thinking that her kids was there just doing a prank. And she said what are you doing there? You know, thinking she was talking to the kids. The person stops what they're doing. They walk slowly out. And it's the accused that is sitting in the courtroom. Is coming about maybe 4 or 5 meters away from her, and she said, I am burglaring your car. And he's a big man. He's much bigger than the woman. At night, nobody around, dark. So the woman turns around and started to walk. And he's coming after. And he's coming closer. She comes a little bit out from the house. I'm in the garage. And he's almost touching her. And she said that at that time she was screaming as loud as she possibly could her husband's name many time. I mean, really, you know, a woman's scream when you can tell when something is wrong. And the husband is waking up, start to look out from the window, and some of the neighbors kind of like, what's happening? So yeah, and she's screaming, and he knows he has been caught. So then he runs away up the street. Police is called, and he's caught. I know he was going to take the stereos out from the car or some other valuable thing. It's good, really good. The husband takes the witness stand, the senior police, and I think he was quite high up in the police, and I know I had been a police for many years, and I don't know what his level was, but it was really high, and he's sitting there in a police uniform. And the first thing he said that yes, it's a little bit embarrassing to admit that you are police and your home get burglared. That somebody breaks into your house and stealing some things when you are a senior police. But the accused had somehow broken into the garage door and then had managed to disarm the the car alarm on the one. I was just ripping out things from the car and he's just telling that he's waking up but his wife is screaming in front of the house and he looks out and then I see his wife and then this big guy next to her and I can't remember if he was grabbing his gun but he was running out to help his wife and he called the police and he was caught and so that was the first thing he was accused of. And the second thing was arson. Here we have something. Mr. B's Bar D's Nut Milk Chocolate with peanut butter. Oh well, let's find out. Looks good. Smells nice. I think I like this one better. Anyway, it's arson. The accused faced the following charges: that he had deliberately burned down a woman's house to the ashes, but there was just ashes left, and this story goes that the woman that was there in the court and testified and it was a little bit sad, is that the woman just said that, hey, I'm a prostitute and this is the work I do. This is the way I earn money, and because of this, I've been able to buy my own house and paid it off. I think it was a 2 or 3 bedroom unit, complex of 4 or 6, and my client was always coming and visit me. And the accused right there, he was one of my clients, and somehow there had been a disagreement with him and the woman. I don't know really exactly what it was, but it was a disagreement in a way that the accused wanted to take revenge against her. So he had been waiting outside, the unit, and some people had been spotting him daytime, and they was actually there in the court, and they could say he was there. I remember him. That big guy was there, and he was waiting until the woman could, I don't know where she went, shopping or something. And when she was away from the house, he broke into the house. He sort of had the skills to open locked doors, like broke into houses. And what happened then? Then suddenly the unit burnt down. Her home burnt down to ashes. And the woman told that she had paid off the house, but she didn't have any insurance on the house. No insurance of no kind. And it was sort of like the life-saving of her work that she had been doing for many years. And then the prosecutor had a videotape then that he was showing, and it was sort of like not like an interview. The police had interviewed or questioned him in the interrogation that was on a videotape, and there was also then happened to be a little clip when he was breaking down. This big man broke down in the interview. He started to cry and he started to sob. And he said that when he was a child, his mother gave him away. And so basically his mother abandoned her. And I guess he then got into like a spiral of bad influence, or how should I say, and he became a career criminal. But I still remember when I saw that interview and the big man crying there, I really felt for him. As a human being, I could just feel for him. We don't know the circumstances why he was. The mother had given him away, but yeah, the prosecutor then also came with fire investigator, and the fire investigator was an expert in figuring out why fires start. And what was quite interesting, like, to have a look at the accused. When the fire investigators started, investigators said that how from the ashes and everything they could establish that the fire had started from a sofa, and the accused facial expression changed. I find that interesting. And they said that it had started from the sofa and they had used some kind of fire accelerator, like to make the fire going faster, like newspaper or something. So it went up on one wall and then it spread and then it got around and so it was so clear that this was arson, and it was interesting to listen to him because he really could picture the paint the picture for you exactly that, like it was deliberately started. It was not a accident of any kind, and all the evidence was then against the accused. So the woman lost her home. So the woman lost her home. She just it is hard to explain how she looked, but you know that was a big loss for her, big loss, and well, when the accused lost his freedom, we found him guilty on all charges. And the same procedure, we deliberated for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. It was clear as mud. Nobody had anything against him, but we found him guilty. And when he held the guilty sentences, he didn't change anything for him. There was, it's maybe like you say, cake on top of cake. And he then went his way, we went our way. That was the end of the court case, and judge judge thanked us for our service, and we went home. I get paid, and I think I think this was like it was a 3-day trial too. Like there was just so many breaks there. Like it was different people that had seen him, that they come and witness, and you listen to him, and all this takes time. And a few days later, I'm calling the courthouse and just to hear the verdict. I think he got 4 years prison. But for me, I think it's quite mild, and he also maybe have a district court judgment against him to pay woman money for the house that he burned down, but he will never paid. So that was my jury was a good experience. So, what we had today was vanilla cream. I like this one. Then we had the one that was go natural Nutella. This is sort of more for energy. Mr. Beast Feastables, Milk Crunch. I actually like this one. This is not bad at all. But I'm sorry, Mr. Beast. This one I didn't like at all. It's Mr. Beast bar. These nut. Oh. And then of course my favorite, this one. So which would be my favorite? I'm a little bit biased, but I would choose this one. So guys, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for having a watch, listen to my stories, and I just wanted to tell you the experience I had as a juror, and if I'm selected again to do a jury duty, I will make another video. So thanks again, and hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Plenty space left. And hey, comment what you think about these videos where I'm telling real stories, what has happened, and let me know if you have anything I would like to cover. Okay, thanks again. Keep well. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.